Hello everybody, welcome to this video titled Copilot in Dynamics 365 Business Central. This video is part of a video series, and is titled the Analysis Assist. Now my name is Craig Kreskis. I am a partner solution architect here at Microsoft, and thanks for being a part of this video and this video series and learning more about the capabilities of Copilot inside of Business Central. Now, there are a number of videos that I have put together for this series. There are additional ones that are coming that are not on this list to help educate you and streamline your knowledge and how to highlight this to your customers. Now, this fourth video is going to be focused here, you can see, on Analysis Assist. And I have two demos for you as a partner that you can learn more. One is around items and doing analysis on a list of items. And then another one will be on the general ledger entry page. So let's take a look first at the items. Inside of Business Central, you'll navigate to the item list. And again, here, we have always had great capabilities to look at this information. We could save views if you open up your information icon and do filters. But here, what we've introduced with Copilot inside of the list pages is the ability to, obviously we had this analysis before, and we could save these tabs. Let's go ahead and return to the list, right? So let me just go back here, right? We could save these tabs. I can kind of do what I want here in the pivot table, drag and drop, pretty straightforward, which was still incredibly powerful for end users to be able to stay inside of Business Central and not have to export to Excel, but have that sort of flexibility that you're provided in Excel. So if I come off of the tabs here and I come back to the list, you now have Copilot installed. And you see the Copilot icon here, which engages that Copilot experience. I can go ahead and I can analyze this list. Now, we've seen this in some of the other videos. All I need to do is begin my dialogue with Copilot, and it can be conversational, right? So it builds upon the previous conversation I'm having. So for example, I'm just going to start to type, and I'm asking Copilot to show me the item description on this page with the quantity on hand and unit cost. And then all I do is click on generate. Now, I get exactly what I wanted on the top. You can see here I've got the description, my quantity on hand, and then moving across to the right, your unit cost. Now, I want to sort on this, so I'll go ahead and type in add sorting. So again, you're just building upon the previous query. But if you want to go backwards and say, hey, you know what? I want to go back. So here you see the sorting has been added to the unit cost in descending order. But if I click on the arrow to go back, it returns back to that query. I'm going to go ahead and move forward. And again, I'm on that query where I have it sorted. And now I'll go ahead and type again and say, show me only the items with a replacement that we have inside of inventory. And now you can see again, you have items with replacement that have in items that are in inventory that have a replacement item associated with it. Now notice the tab name did change also. And then if I want to see, what Copilot was doing for me, you could look over on the right side and you can see there's that filter on it. And so here's where the filter is set to yes. So again, of course I could do this manually, but you'll notice how Copilot just streamlines that process and just makes it a little bit easier for the end users. So I'll select keep it, and I'll go ahead and select Copilot here. And I'm going to create a new analysis, and I'm going to use the prompt guide. And again, we saw this in some of the earlier videos where the prompt guide just helps end users get started. If they're not sure what to ask, they can use the prompt guide here. So for example, I'm going to add, I want to group my list by. So again, I could type that in easily with the group by, and I'll type in vendor, and I click on generate. So notice now I've got a second tab because I did a second analysis using Copilot. And you'll notice too that these dotted lines, because they haven't been saved yet, so I'll bring that up in a moment here. But notice if I select on here, I've got, I'm getting close to what I want to see, right? It's grouped by vendor, but I want to see the items by vendor. And so I can rename the tab, or just by dialoguing with Copilot, I'll ask it to rename the tab. So rename the tabs item by vendor instead of grouped by vendor. And you notice that's right there on the top right. Now, watch what happens. I mentioned that dotted line. When I go over to the pivot table over on the right-hand side of my pick list, when I go ahead and make a change, so for example, I'm going to take out type, you'll notice that my items by vendor becomes a solid line, and that means it's now saved. So I'll come back. I can always come back to it. So that's a couple scenarios that you could leverage there in a long list under the items. Let's take a look at something a little bit more maybe complex, GL Ledger entries list page. So I have mine here saved at the top of Business Central. And again, I could always use the jump icon here to forward this out to Excel, do my analysis. But again, I could also take advantage of some technology now with Copilot inside of these list pages to help me further analyze what I want to see. So I analyze the list and I'm going to go ahead, show me all the customers who owe us money. And I'll hit generate. Now again, you get the prompt or the dialogue stays with me in the foreground, just at the bottom of the page. And you can see here, now I've got all the customers who owe us. Now I've got some duplicate columns, which I don't need to see. So I can say remove the amount column and add the due year and the due month, and I'll hit enter. And now you can see here, I've got a little bit different. Now the column view is looking okay. And I want to say, show me that as a pivot. So now that pivots. And now you can see I have a lot of different duplicates in here. And this is just sort of the way some of the demo data is stalled. So you can go ahead and remove all of the values that are in duplicate here. And now you can see if I select and expand, I'm able to get kind of a little bit more detail that I wanted to see. And that's in a pivot table mode, all the customers who owe us based on the sum, and that's outstanding based on the periods. So you can see, again, I could always have done that on my own manually, but just with a few phrases and questions I'm asking Copilot, it was able to analyze that list for me. So again, those are two examples with Analysis Assist to help you get started with Copilot in Business Central. I want to say thank you so much for your time and participation in this video. My name is Craig, and I look forward to seeing you again on a video real soon.